welcome back to Third Rate Content. Today we're at Haughmond Abbey, ruined monastery just outside Shrewsbury, to the east of Shrewsbury. Just have a little walk round. I'll see if I can point any things out to you. Obviously Haughmond Abbey dissolved in the reign of Henry VIII. There's been a abbey here since the 1130s, sometime between 1130 and 1138 is given as the founding of the abbey. But there is thought to have been a chapel on this site predating that. The first prior of the abbey was a prior Falk, and the abbey was founded by William Fitz-Allen. It is thought to be. So this would have been the main kind of church, as you can see by the window. The abbey was built around two cloisters, which are just through here. The smaller cloister here, and I think this is the larger cloister. So what you would have had here is the courtyard or cloister, with the buildings surrounding it. To the left would have been the refectory, where the canons had their dinner. I mean, a massive fireplace there to cook from. And to the right, their dormitories. Lovely stone archway, with another one just through. Although it's terrible weather today for May, as you can see, I've got my hat on still. We're well into May, but you can still see the mountains over there. Rodney's pillars on top of that one. I've actually forgot what the hill's called though. Third rate research. I don't think this brickwork and masonry is medieval. I think this has been added afterwards, although I may be wrong, but they do look like Victorian bricks or something around there. Absolutely huge fireplace. It must have really given out some lovely heat on a day like today, or in winter. I'm sure it would have been very, very cosy. Another fireplace right next to that one. Another big fireplace. Big fireplace. Sure to have kept the abbey warm. Interesting pillars. Drainage. Still holding water. Still semi doing its job all these years later. The chapter house, we're going to have a look at that in a minute. Just heading up to the dormitories. Now, like any old building of its nature, there's ghost stories at Haughmond Abbey, and not surprisingly, it's the ghost of a monk or monks that has been sighted here, which, you know, you would expect a monk to haunt a ruined monastery, although from my third-rate research, he only comes out at night. Always only been sighted at night. Dormitories. It's where the brothers would have got their heads down after a hard night of praying, hard days praying, and writing Latin and doing what they saw as their good work. I mean, that was a massive window. That was a massive window. I imagine it was stained glass. So here we have the rear view of the chapter house. Still partially glazed up above. but quite an impressive building. Just round this wall was an enclosed garden. It was started by Nicholas de Longna, who was the abbot from 1325 to 1346. I mean, it just gets you thinking that you sort of see a ruined abbey and you kind of think, yeah, it's a ruined abbey. But I mean, there was from 1130 to 1500s, 400 years of building projects and adding additions. So there's quite a few different sort of themes going on here as different abbots and just you know, directives, funding from various benefactors over the years made projects viable. And you know, they were quite wealthy, these monasteries, through gifts and whatnot, and that's probably one of the reasons why Henry VIII, you know, dissolved them and absorbed all that money, as well as getting his divorce and starting the Protestant church. And didn't that cause a lot of trouble? Impressive stonework. Obviously it's white sandstone. You know, it's weathered the years, you know, and it's been quite a number of years that it's been exposed, so it's doing quite well. But of course, I did say Henry VIII founded Protestantism, but he didn't. He just took to it. And also, I'm not taking sides on any protest, you know, any conflicts between Christian denominations. It's none of my business. I'm just documenting the wonderful architecture. Very impressive, beautiful arches. This is where the canons would have washed their hands. There was running water underneath here, down here, and the canons would have washed their hands before making their way to the refectory just through there for their repast. But it does look great, even with the natural patina on there. It does look beautiful. So this area that I've been in is actually the cloister, and this is where all the religious buildings built round here, with a central space in the middle. And then here, very impressive, we have the chapter house. These Norman arches are absolutely beautiful. You know, again, white sandstone, and they're being weathered daily, but they're still holding on in there and looking fine. The font there that you can see was actually taken from the church, or the ruins of the church, and placed here. It wasn't actually, I believe, part of the chapter house. Here in the cloister house, you've still got, it's very impressive, the timber roof stroke flooring still here. Very impressive. Coffin, stone coffin, and some very ornate sort of memorials, perhaps. I'm not allowed to go in here. It's off limits, but I'm just on the edges here, on the grey area, just giving you a view. And this was actually the processional entrance into the church. And I must say, la-di-da, it lives up to the name. Also the site of the Abbey's sanctuary, where people who were in trouble could come here and seek sanctuary and flee people who were after them, you know, law enforcement of the day, etc. Stump of the nave pillar. Yeah, you've got evidence in the fields just to the west of the abbey, signs of medieval sort of terrain manipulation. They put some fishing pools here and altered the landscape. So the exterior wall taking it a bit back about the bricks on reflection. In the massive fireplace here, I don't know if these were added later for restoration purposes, or the brothers actually used bricks in their construction. I'm gonna have to do some more third-rate research, but it's a question. Exterior view of the massive chapel window. Looks like this is part of the drainage system. All these channels here, still very marshy, very boggy, retaining water still, and who knows, could be a spring rain. Now there's a lot of stories, myths, legends about Haughmond Abbey concerning Shrewsbury town centre, and many people tell the tale that there's a tunnel that connects Haughmond Abbey to Shrewsbury. It's possible. I've never seen any evidence regarding this, but I've heard many tales around the place. But having investigated today, I don't see any tunnel opening. It's just, for now, it's one of those urban folklore sort of myths. But it would have to be some kind of tunnel, because it's several miles to Shrewsbury town centre. So it'd either have to be partially natural, or one hell of a medieval civic engineering project, a clandestine civic engineering project. Who knows? So that was today's visit, third-rate visit to Haughmond Abbey. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, by all means do share, and hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with all our third-rate goings on. So if I don't see you soon, I'll see you 3 times as soon. Third-rate content. Signing out, see you soon.